So I'm out here today hiking through a wetlands, and this railroad track is the path of least resistance. I'm really out here just working on my storage pole vault, do-it-yourself hiking poles that you can store things in. I've done a couple videos on how to make them, how I improved them. I'm still working on some improvements, but you know, after my 220-mile North Country trail trip, my hands were really calloused from the rope that I braided on there for grips. So now that I have gone to these tennis racket, baseball bag grips, nice and soft, that's working out great. I've probably put 100 miles on them since I've switched to that. I've also added some larger opening plastic tubing for storage. So I showed you that I had plastic test tubes with threaded caps, and they work great. I'm still using all those. These poles will fit 10 of them, and the only problem I had was, you know, with my particular stakes, I can get 6 stakes into those test tubes, and they're just, you know, if you watch enough of my videos, you know I don't like to fiddle. And so it took some fiddling in the morning to get all 6 of those stakes into that threaded opening. And so I wanted something with a larger opening. And again, the problem is you need that 28 millimeter outside diameter in these plastic tubes. And after Googling enough on Amazon, I did find a foot-long 28 millimeter plastic tube, and then I just went down to Ace Hardware, got a couple of end caps, and now I'm cutting them down to whatever size I need. Like with my stakes, that's about a 5.5 inch tube, and then I've got that wide opening so they just slip right in. I don't have to mess with it in the morning. It's just simple. And I'll find other uses for that wide opening. So you buy a foot of tubing and cut it to whatever size you want, throw on end caps, it's a done deal. But this morning I'm really out here fooling with making these hiking poles a selfie stick. And so I have a small tripod. You know, it's about, I don't know, 6-8 inches tall. It's weighs 3.2 ounces, and then I had to add the holder for the phone onto that, which was another 1.6. Anyway, I'm just under 5 ounces, and it seems to be working out great. That tripod, I just open one leg and it slips right down into my 1.25 inch 28 millimeter opening on these poles, and it's good and secure up there. And then it has all the options of standing on its own. I'm working on how to, you know, because these poles, I just use bolts in the bottom. I mean, I could make those longer, but you know, they're not gonna, you can't jam it into the ground because it's so fat like you can a hiking pole. And so I need something to put in the ground and secure this pole if I wanted to use it as a monopod for a camera. And I've come pretty close to, it just has to be solid. And what I've found is these bolts, even though this bolt right here has 300 and some miles on it, but it hasn't messed up the threads. I can still thread something to that. And so I'm thinking that might be the answer, you know, kind of build a stake with a threaded top and drive the stake into the ground, and then just screw the pole on. And anytime I wanted to have a camera mount, just one pole would do it. Anyway, I don't want to sound like a gram weenie, but I don't want to lose a bunch of weight and then add it all carrying camera paraphernalia just because I've started doing some videos. You know, I've just started working on re-editing and updating my book, Packtoter's Through Hiking Planner, and I thought it'd be fun to add some video information at the same time. And so I just got into this and trying to figure out how all this editing stuff works, and you know, do it all on my phone because I won't be carrying a computer on my hikes. But you know, it's kind of fun. I hope the information is valuable because I know the quality of the video pretty much sucks. But that's not my objective. I'm not trying to be the Kardashians and you know, have a audience of millions. I'd just like to share some information that I think could be helpful. So keep smiling.